Hey guys, so we are a little bit late tonight, but I'm sure you're not surprised by that because, well, I tend to make my own entrances whenever I can make the entrance. So, welcome to Friday's final draw, and I'm unfortunately saddened, or just I'm just sad because I love you all. But you know what? Family comes first. So, in that respect, UL has a family situation, family moment, a family celebration that he has to attend to. So, he won't be here tonight for the Friday's final draw. I'm bringing you guys an amazing pair of brothers. You know, we've been good friends. We've done a lot of things together. They are some of my best friends, although me and Francis, I'm calling him Francis because he can't possibly like that. But we're definitely good friends and we love giving each other a hard time. Frankie, I love it when you make fun of me. I do. I do. You know what? What would life be without a big brother out there giving you a hard time? It wouldn't be a big brother, right? So, anyways, I've got my angel share right here, and I'm super excited to have you guys. It's nice to see you guys too. Like Daniel's in the house. What's up, Gucci? Hello, hello. Oh, nice. Nice to see you guys. Um, it wouldn't be the same. My career would not be the same without these two guys, these two brothers of mine. So I'm super, super excited to have them with me and have them join me not only here, but actually in person at the PCA event, which we are super, super like excited, like beyond excited. I am just like, oh, I can't wait to get to Vegas. The PCA 2022 is going to be amazing. If you guys don't know, then you need to get to the PCA. I'm telling you, this is going to be one amazing show that nobody has ever done before. Okay, this is going to be beyond any other PCA show that you've ever met, beyond any PCA show that you've ever even heard of. Okay, I'm getting so excited. I'm even tripping over my words because I'm so excited. I've already bought my like $8,000 ticket, airline ticket. Right? Didn't your like ticket cost $8,000? Like it's ridiculous right now. But you know what? You know why it's important to get out there is because we're supporting the manufacturers, we're supporting our industry, and we're supporting the retailers, the B&Ws out there, the brick and mortars, B&Ms, I'm sorry, B&Ms. Like I said, tripping over my words. So the B&Ms are out there like investigating these manufacturers, or is the manufacturers investigating the retailers? I'm not really sure which one's which, but there's definitely going to be some meetings going on that are going to be amazing. Not only that, we're going to be doing there are some panels that are going to be amazing out there. There's going to be amazing, just awesome meetings. If you guys are customers, I wish that you guys can come. And I do believe that one day they will make it happen for you guys to be able to join in the PCA so that you can join in all this fun. I can't wait to see Rocky Patel. I can't wait to see Carlito again. I can't wait to enjoy just sitting around with even manufacturers that I haven't even met yet. I mean, the media, let's just talk about the media tonight, okay? This is exactly what we're going after. So, Ron, thank you for joining. Hello, Mel. How are you? I am doing well. I'm so happy and excited. I'm so grateful, actually. It's been a great day working in Tampa right now. And so I'm super excited. And I was just able to get back to Tampa to actually grab one of my amazing Opus X. I haven't actually smoked all week, believe it or not. I know. But you know what? Every once in a while, you got to do work that doesn't open the cigar. And you know what? You just push through it because cigars are not going to, I don't know if I can say this, but they're not addictive, right? We're all in it to win it. And yeah, so if you can't have a cigar immediately, you're not going to die. Isn't that amazing? Can I get a hey yeah? Hey yeah, hey yeah. All right, so let me tell you, tonight I have two special guests that I have worked really, really, really hard with. And actually, I have to give them a lot of credit because they actually worked very, very hard, which gave me a lot of inspiration. these guys were some of the guys that I have watched for a long time, and I was not sure if I wasn't sure who they were, actually, to tell you the truth, when I first got to know them. But I got to know them, and then I got the opportunity to join in on their page. And their page gave me a ton of views, gave me a ton of opportunities, gave me a great idea of who the industry was. These guys are consistent, they are loyal, they are true cigar tobacco men. And I have to give a lot of them, I just have to give them a lot of credit because they have definitely done a great job out there by providing you with all of the information that you've ever wanted. Not only that, but consistency of being there for you, providing the cigar that you want, or just telling you what cigar that you might want, being there and giving you the media information that you've always wanted or needed. So I am not even going to keep on with my ridiculousness. I just want to tell you guys exactly who I'm going to have on, which I think I've already told you. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, one, you're going to know that I'm actually having the Bakersfield Gentlemen on my show tonight. And the reason why is because I want you guys to understand the media version. We've definitely heard so many voices of manufacturers about the PCA. You guys have, if you've watched the Professor Show, you've heard Scott Pierce's version of the PCA. You've heard Glenn Luke's version of the PCA. You've heard so many versions of how we experience the PCA from so many others, but yet not the media people. But do you know why? It's because the media people, we keep our opinions quiet because our opinions are not important. What we're here to do is to bring you the opinions of the manufacturers, the opinions of the retailers, the opinions of what the industry actually means to you. We're just the journalists that actually write the information, bring it to you immediately. Well, they bring it to you more immediately than I do. I tend to have I'm like, let me edit this photo before I actually send it out. Okay, perfectionist over here. But the point of it is that these guys are amazing. I have definitely learned a lot from them. I love working with them. It was a very grateful opportunity that I have never ever put down, that I could not actually enjoy, or that I did not. I'm sorry, I'm trying to I love all of you guys joining Nick Lee. Oh sweet, Nick and Daniel, love to see all of you guys. But these guys have definitely never let me down, and they've always brought every information consistently to you guys, okay? So we definitely have to give it up for the Bakersfield Gentlemen, Miguel Rodriguez, and Frankie Rodriguez, although we kind of like if you guys have been getting the media, emails, we know his name is Francis. He's going to kill me for that. But we love these guys. We watch these guys. We grew over in 1 year. We grew almost 12,000 followers on top of the 12,000 followers that they grew in past 20 years. But anyways, I'm not even going to try to handle this information. I'm going to let you guys hear from it from their mouths. And we are going to be at the PCA 2022 to be able to give you all the inside looks to all of the manufacturers and what they're bringing out this year. And this is going to matter to you. Why? Because this is the greatest information that you could know, because this is where all the manufacturers come out and they're bringing out all their newest cigars, newest opportunities, the things that you guys want to know and you want to see. You're going to be excited. So tonight is the night to stay tuned. And also, please share this video with all of your friends so that they can all know what manufacturers are doing, what retailers are expecting, and the media. The most important part is how the media can help bring the more information to you guys who are not part of retailers, not part of manufacturers. Bring it to you guys, and that way you can know exactly what you should be buying, what you should not be buying, although we're not going to talk negative about anybody, but you definitely can find out what the thing that you should be looking for. And maybe you can tell your retailer who hasn't quite signed up for the PCA why it's important to sign up for the PCA, why it's important to be a part of the PCA and buy their product, okay? So these are all very, very important things that you should know. So stay tuned. please share this video with all of your friends. We love you for that. And again, this is a media post for sure. So if you guys have a group that you know loves the media of the cigar industry, PCA industry, whichever it is, please share it. And we love you for that. So without any further ado, is that how you say that? I'm going to go ahead and introduce the Bakersfield Gentlemen. We're going to start with Miguel Rodriguez.
There we go. How's it going,
Miguel!
guys? Hey, I have missed you and
Yes,
everybody out there. How you doing?
totally. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to you know what? I'm going to give you a chance to go ahead and introduce yourself. And I want you to give a little back information about the things that you have done in the past because I found you literally every morning, and I have so much respect for you, Miguel and Frankie. Don't get me wrong. I love to make fun of Frankie, but Frankie loves to make fun of me. So I think we have fun with it, right? We're all good with
That's
that.
that's fair.
It's fair. It's fair. But I
Yeah.
love Frankie and you, but mostly I have a lot of respect for you guys because every morning when you were sitting there with maybe even just three people on it, you were still there with those three people every morning. You bring the information to them. You were there to smoke a cigar with them, whether they needed the information or not. You guys were just there every morning. And to me, consistency is king. And that says so much about so many people. And I just have so much respect for that. So why don't you cigar, I want you to give them a little backstory about like how you started this, why you started this, and also we need to definitely make sure that they have the Bakersfield Gentlemen's page located. So I will be posting that here in just a few minutes.
100%. Yeah, I see quite a few of you guys watching from over there, so I appreciate that, guys. Thanks for being on to the final draw. Um, yeah, so basically, let's see. Where do I start? Where do I start? We've been doing this for almost 5 years now. Um, we originally we started and we still do filmmaking, and we wanted something else to film, and very intrigued with cigars. And then one day we went into a local tobacconist, got more cigars and more cigars on top of that until we just couldn't stop, and we never wanted to stop. And it took a few years. The pandemic is when I started doing that morning show, like you were talking about. Every Monday through Friday, it started at 7 a.m. That was too early, so moved to 8. And I know quite a few guys here that were watching that for quite a while, and really do appreciate that because it was not just good for them, I hope, but it was really good for me to keep me on track doing something and to continue to learn and continue to grow in the cigar community. We've been part of the industry the entire time. Like the first year that we started doing the show, we went to IPCPR, now PCA.
Screw a little bit because you
This will
got
be. Oh yeah, now that we could both be in there. Now get in here. Yeah, yeah. That is obviously Frankie right there. Um, yeah, it's been a crazy journey because we've done I don't know how many trade shows now, how many
so many.
events, how many cigar shops we've been to,
Yeah,
over so many different states. It has been quite an honor to get to learn the industry and the great people inside of it, whether they can make it to PCA or not. Just wonderful people from top to bottom. But that's one of the reasons I am just as excited as Mel is about this. I love going back to PCA every year and seeing everybody. It's like a family reunion. Um, Mel, this will be what our third trade show together. One PCA, one TPE, and then another PCA coming up right now.
Goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to figure this out. So sorry. Can you guys talk? Oh, good God. Did I just move this? I just totally did this wrong.
Unmuted. No, you got
okay.
it. You got it.
Oh,
But
you're muted.
You muted us. Yeah.
just a really quick
Okay.
touch on touch on what Melanie said about getting your local brick and mortars to join the PCA. One of the big things that you guys, if they aren't already a part of it, really want to let them know is although there is TPE, which is owned by Crytek, which does their trade show at the beginning of the year, which some of the bigger manufacturers have gone to, which is fine. That's their choice to do so. The PCA is the only one that has legal representation for us in DC. And
Yes.
part of the money that they raise through their membership fees, through the trade shows, through the stuff that they do, goes towards getting those lobbyists out there to DC. So they're the ones that are putting the money in to fight for the cigar rights. So that's one of the big things about the PTA that I don't think gets enough credit. Um, without them doing the stuff that they would be doing, not a lot of people would be out there fighting for this stuff, whether it's locally, whether it's nationally, or whatever. That's one of the major things that the PCA does that I know I wouldn't be able to do. So for them to be able to do it is fantastic. And then also to touch on this point where she talking about the morning show, yeah, there was times where Miguel would only have a couple of viewers watching, but we got one of the best messages about a year ago during the pandemic. Someone was it's an older guy. He's not able to leave, and he wasn't able to see anybody. So he said he would watch the show constantly. He said he wouldn't comment much, but just being able to watch the show and still have that interaction with another person, he said really got him through it. And I was like, holy crap, that really touched me right there.
Yeah.
Oof. So regardless, if we have one person, we have, I think at the most, I think we had like 500 people watching at one time. Regardless of how many people we have watching, we're going to do a show, and we're going to put on as best show as we can, because we love being able to talk to the people that consistently come on, and the new people that come on, people that haven't been on for a while that come back. We love talking to them. It's what we do it. That's why we do a live show. You don't get that on the recorded stuff. You don't get that on posting a picture to Instagram like we do. It's the live stuff that really, really gets us going, because that's when we get to talk to you guys. And for me, that's just the best part.
100%. 100%. Mel, you're muted yourself.
All right. I have a baby around me. So I have a beautiful baby around me. So don't get me wrong. It's not a bad thing. But I definitely want to make sure that I can give you guys all of the attention that you need. But okay. So I totally agree with you guys. And it is amazing to see that kind, because I think that in the industry, or even in just social media, let's just point at media, right? Media tends to be all about you, all about me. Like, hey, I love being on screen. I look good on screen. What's happening on this screen right now? Like, there's a lot of noise. What's happening?
Sorry, it's a lot louder than I remember the damn thing. It's a full friggin' spray can. I apologize. I forget how loud this thing is.
You got a Drew Estate spray can, or what? I did not have that before. Okay. All right.
Jelly. So, well, you have had this before, I believe, but happy Fuente Friday, Mel. Just real quick.
Oh, snap. Of course. I don't know. I think I sent you guys some of these too, right? Wait, let me go.
Oh, I went through those really quick. I don't even know if I shared with Frankie. I feel bad.
Frankie, did you get one?
I sure didn't.
Oh, okay, Miguel, you are the bomb.
Oh,
God of fire! Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and announce right now, since you're smoking a God of Fire, I have to announce that I actually have, and I'm super stoked about this interview, but I have an exclusive. I have an exclusive interview set up with Keith Parks. I can't tell you the exact date, but Keith Parks has actually never, ever given an interview with anyone on social media. So I am super stoked to be able to give that opportunity to be able to, and I've already met him, and what a cool guy he is, and very smart. And if you guys haven't seen any of the Andy Garcia movies, let me tell you, if you know Keith Parks, you'll point him out like dancing. Okay, the guy, I don't know if he's a good dancer, but he's definitely dancing inside of the movie. So this is going to be super exciting. So thank you, Frankie, for smoking that cigar. You have now won more brownie points with me, so I'm not going to make fun of you as much. I love you. But how awesome is that, though? So listen, I want to just definitely want to top on the topic that you guys just made, is about you're going to make a show regardless of how many people are there. I just find that to be, that's actually given me a lot of inspiration, and I've actually done the same thing, because things go up and down based on what algorithms and other things or whatever. But the fact of it is that you guys are substantial. You guys give it the way it is, and you provide, like you were saying, that you always have, there's a support. Okay. Am I okay to say Leo Stone, or even like you said, Brian Lewis, he's always there and it was so much fun to be able to go on and know that I'm always going to have some friends. And really, that's kind of how the morning show went for me when I started doing that for you guys. I was like, oh, wow, I like actually know these people. And then they're there every single morning. So I don't think that people understand that how much media we actually have a pull. Like, and I say PULL, we have a pull that draws us to this because we feel obligated to be there for these people that are just, they're just smoking cigars. But it's the same thing with the manufacturers who show up at these events, and do these things, maybe not for the PCA because most of those are retailers, but even at like the Big Smoke, or if you go to, how about the Great Smoke, all these other places where the consumers are actually able to participate, these manufacturers take that seriously. And Carlito Fuente, you guys know I love him, of course, but that man will literally stand around 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours. It doesn't matter. It's the point that he will stick around till the last person that is standing in line is going to show up and be able to take a picture with him because he knows what it means to them, not what it means to him. And that's where I want to definitely give you guys the accolades for that, the inspiration that I've had from you guys. So I really appreciate that you guys have done that. And I think that a lot of people out there that watch and follow the Bakersfield Gentlemen's page have definitely appreciated that just by you being there every single morning. So congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to you. Okay. So thank you guys for being there.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, there's definitely those moments where it's less or more, as far as viewership goes or engagements, and the more people who watch, the easier it is to keep the show going. But it does not mean that it's not as good a show when you get to talk one-on-one basically with people who are engaging. It's the best feeling is when people are willing to engage. And Chris, absolutely, we will be there, brother. We'll be checking out BAMP cigars for sure. I cannot tell you how many times the day gets better because we do the show. Because we get to talk to people who give us more insight on just stuff we love, or give us recommendations or different ideas to talk about across the board. It's really wonderful. And I love cigars. I love the industry. I mean, it's one of the last artisan industries out there that is completely still generation to generation. Like a lot of whiskey and craft beer and all that is definitely very close, but there's a lot more machinery and a lot more hands off nowadays with a lot of that kind of spirits creation. While tobacco is still very much reliant on the people who are the industry. That's what you need. You can't replace the people in tobacco with anything. It would not work. It's not the same.
Absolutely not. And so so now that we've given the introduction of how amazing these guys are, and so I actually was able to get the opportunity. It was literally an opportunity because of COVID. So COVID, and you guys stepped in for your own business that you had to, and you had to not be able to be on lives all the time because that's more of a privilege, right? I mean, definitely. It's a privilege to be a media person. I think, especially if you're starting out and not, making the money that you want to make there. But the fact that you guys had the heart and soul to be able to do that, I wanted to step in and be able to make sure that this wasn't going to end because I saw how hard you guys worked. I saw like the people that were out there expecting you guys to be on there. And I knew that I had the ability to be able to be on there. Now, my life has gotten a little crazier because I'm traveling so much doing events, but definitely I'm so grateful. Okay. So I just have to say that I'm super, super grateful for you guys allowing me, even though Frankie likes to give me a hard time. Frankie, I'm grateful for you. And it was a lot of fun, to tell you the truth, to get to know those people. And I'm still grateful for those people that have listened. I mean, at one point I had 2,000 people watching, although I feel like Brian Lewis had a lot to do with that. Like he was like, Mel, keep going. We're going to build this up. We're going to build it. I was like, holy crap, is he serious? And sure enough, 2,000 people were watching me. And I'm like, oh. And then we had 2 million plus views. it was insane.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, right? And now I think that everybody at the PCA is calling the Bakersfield Gentlemen's Club, and they're looking, or is it, I mean, are we a club or is it Bakersfield Gentlemen's page? I guess. I don't know.
It's
I
just
think that's a
Bakersfield
club,
Gentleman.
kind
It's
of.
like Cher, you know, there's no last name.
I love that. So okay. So the Bakersfield Gentlemen, and I definitely have gotten so many phone calls, people asking like, "Are you guys going to do an interview with us? Are you guys going to do an interview with us?" Which I'm so proud of, and I'm so happy to be a part of this as well. And even though we may not be able to do, I'm not able to do the morning show every morning, which I definitely want to start back up again as soon as I get my schedule. But right now, it's like it's you know, you got to do what you got to do, right? So
It's true. Very true.
yeah, Miguel understands. So I am definitely looking forward to this year's PCA 2022 and to get to really hone in on all the companies that I have actually learned so much about that I didn't know about before, right? So I want to hear from you guys because I actually don't know the schedule because they tell me where to be and what time. So it's kind of like, hey, what time, where, and this and that. So Miguel or Frankie, whichever one you guys want to tell, like, what is your which company or which manufacturer and which cigar are you super excited to learn more about at the PCA? Which interview? I mean, in the interviews, which one are you super excited to really learn about? Because there's some serious cigars coming out.
I think for me personally, it's gonna have to be Apostate Cigars. It's a new company. They came out with 3 different blends, and I keep hearing their name pop up. And definitely some people in the industry have even told me, hey, you know, you got to go check these guys out. They're going to be huge. So definitely Apostate Cigars is high up there on the list. They were the first ones that I reached out to do an interview and finally got a hold of them, and we locked them in for an interview. So that's fantastic. We have about 7 other people that we're going to have locked in on times, and we're waiting to hear back from quite a few more. So it'll be a bunch of Tetrising all those times into where they need to be, because there are some panels that we want to get to as well, especially ones regarding California. So we definitely want to go to those. I know there's another company been around for a couple years now. They have a big presence out in Ridgecrest, California, BAMP Cigars. I don't know if you guys have heard of them.
Yeah.
I've only heard negative things about their owner, Chris. You know,
Throw you in a dumpster.
so throw you in a dumpster. Crazy stuff about little people. So,
why would people say that though? Yeah,
no,
like,
I'm just kidding. I love Chris.
Come on now. See, this is Frankie. This is why Frankie gives me a hard time, because Frankie loves to give everybody a hard time. Come on, Frankie.
True.
So yeah, we haven't been able to get out to Ridgecrest in a while, so we missed their anniversary. So definitely want to get out there and talk to him and see what's new with those guys, see what's coming out. Obviously, we want to talk to Carlito and you know, talk about all the new stuff going on with him. So that's fantastic. But
well,
yeah,
I
you
think
know,
you need to blame Delta or American Airlines tonight for if Carlito. We were hoping that, like, Carlito actually told me today. He called me today. He said he wanted to be on this show. He was definitely excited that Bakersfield Gentlemen were going to be on here. And then his flight got delayed. So unfortunately, he's like on a late flight, and I don't know if he's going to make it. But if he does surprise us, I'd be super happy. But definitely, he sends his condolences, and he would have been on here tonight had it not been for the freaking airlines. Can you not get this, like, come on, guys, get it together. We all run businesses here. Why are the airlines always like able to like be okay?
Yeah, you know, it happens. It happens. It is what it is. So we'll make do. We'll probably put on a good show right now for you guys. But other than that, again, we have all the names that we usually hit up. You know, Sinistro, Roma Craft, Roma Solomon, Dapper Cigars. You know, a lot of the ones that we talk to all the time, because you know we're friends with them, and we want to just keep up with everybody. So it's a great opportunity, really, to be there and to be able to set up these interviews and get some time with these people that we normally don't get a lot of time with. Because I think something a lot of people don't realize is, yeah, we get to talk to the reps quite often when they come out here. they'll hit us up, say, I'm coming through Bakersfield. You want to meet up for a cigar? Yeah, sure. It's great. Let's do it. But the owners, that's something that we don't really get a whole lot of out here in California unless they live out here, like Dapper, like Sinistro. Everything is
you mean like
pretty
me?
much centered.
You mean
Yeah.
you mean like by living in Naples when I get to like hang out with Rocky Patel?
Exactly.
Everybody,
and
yeah.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Sure.
Pete Johnson lives in Miami, and
Yeah, everything's centered around Florida and the East Coast. So we're really fortunate that we do get this little bit of FaceTime with them when they're out here in Vegas. So whether it's TPE,
All
whether
right,
it's
so
PCA, it's awesome.
that's a really good point. So speaking from a media point of view, and I'm going to give you the solo point, or I'm going to give you the solo shot so that I can actually like share this video with all of my groups, which I hope that you guys are all doing because this is really important. But I want to ask you, Frankie, how is it that you feel like, how is the media, and I'm asking you almost on a hot seat question, and don't feel bad about, like, I want you to tell us the truth because it's no negative, we want to make the PCA better, right? So how do you feel as a person whenever you sign up to go to the PCA, you spend your money to go there, obviously you have to pay for your own flight, you have to pay for your own hotel, and I mean, maybe you get a ticket to go inside, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily like a free trip. So how is this, like, how do you feel about it, and how does it affect your business?
Well, I have to look at the pros and cons of cost versus reward when we go to these things. That's actually a big reason why we don't go to a lot of the other ones. We were going to go to the Big Smoke this year, but literally the week before, our studio here got broken into, and so we lost a bunch of our equipment, so we actually couldn't go. But that's why we go to PCA. That's why we go to TPE, because these are the times where we really get that one-on-one time with the owners. We'd love to go to some of the smaller events, but for us, it just wouldn't be as cost effective to go to those. That's why we usually don't.
How do you feel about it?
What the heck is that?
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, I was like, what? Did I do that? Oh.
And I totally lost my train of thought there.
Well,
but yeah.
Get it back.
And again, we do pay a membership fee just like everybody else does for being part of the PCA.
Yeah.
But again, I know where that money is going towards. I think they're doing a good job. I mean, obviously they can always do a better job. But that's, why we vote people in, vote people out. And as long as they keep moving us forward, or at least trying to move us forward, definitely try to support that, because it's something that I'm not doing and they're doing it. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, I think obviously the cost is worth it for PCA. It's 100% worth it, especially for us. I feel really, I feel bad right now for all my East Coast buddies because of how the gas is going. Travel costs are up, food costs, everything's up. Everything you could possibly think of is increasing in price. So the price point for them, for us, to compare to us, is much different. We don't have flights.
Right.
We drive in. We can literally stay 2 hours away and then go the next 2 hours if we want, or just drive 4 hours. 4 hours is not a bad time.
And I'll be honest, on the cost of stuff, I've never understood, and you guys can get upset in the comments if you want and argue with me. I have never gotten to the point of spending hundreds of dollars on a hotel room
every night
that you only need to shower and sleep in. That is beyond me. If you're spending that much time in the hotel room that you need a suite, maybe you should do a different vacation. For me, when I go to Vegas, we stay in Fremont, and our entire trip costs less than 2 nights at the sponsored hotel room. Our gas.
But wait. I'm sorry. I have to defend the PCA because they actually they blocked out so many rooms this year, and this is different than every other year. But they did block out rooms at the Venetian at $200 per room, and I just got one literally like today. So I don't think that they've necessarily not thought about that, right?
No. I understand them doing that. It's at the hotel, so I see why they would do that.
Convenient.
For ease.
It's very convenient.
But for 2 nights at the Venetian that we would have spent, we've got 5 nights at the hotel we're staying at, plus gas money, plus food money.
Yeah.
So plus money for the Ubers back and forth.
And
so
it's literally one of my favorite hotel and casinos.
And I feel like a lot of people have, what do you call that? Whenever they gamble a lot, they have these credits,
Yeah,
Oh
right?
yeah.
rewards. Yeah,
I'm not a gambler. Like I'll play the slots a little bit, get some free drinks, have a cigar, relax. I am yeah, how you sleep? Big sorry, I was reading
How'd
Chris's
you
comment right there. Um I I just I don't need a fancy room. Yeah, staying at the Rio. The Rio is a great spot too. I just wish everything was open at the friggin' Rio. They're still like super
Oh
understaffed.
my God, the Rio is crazy. That's
It's
yeah.
beautiful, but
But
it'd be better if they had everything going.
yeah, and I'll return to my point. When we're at the PCA, it starts for the media at 9. So I'm up by 7:30. I'm showered. I'm dressed. I get some coffee or an energy drink, whatever I need. Make sure we have everything we need from the hotel room.
Yeah.
Head over to the PCA, but be there by 9. We're there until when it closes at 6. Go back to the hotel room for a couple of hours, shower, maybe get a quick little nap in, charge the phones, charge the batteries, download whatever information we need to from the camera to the laptop, and then we're back at the
yeah,
hotel. Uh, Basically all night until it's like 3, 4 in the morning. It's time to go to sleep. So
Yeah.
I really don't spend a whole lot of time in the hotel room. So
Can I-
spending that $200 a night as opposed to what do we pay, 37
It's ridiculous.
$37 a
Yeah.
night
It's
for the bed and the shower. I just couldn't justify it.
yeah. It's basically just a room to sleep and charge stuff. It's not. There's nothing else to it. Watching all of you you at PCA while I sit at home is going to be depressing. Oh, Sarah, no. But we will send you cool stuff because we're gonna have up to date live things going on throughout the entire event.
Yep.
So if you want to see our not the entire interviews, but most of the manufacturers, the owners, some of the reps talk right then and there, we will have video of that day, the days of the event, like same day, not just waiting for edited full interviews, but part of everybody right then and there.
Yep.
So if you guys are watching, you can't make it. Know that we will have it for you. Absolutely. Oh yeah, the gym is a big one. That is absolutely correct because I actually really love the gym. Doesn't look like it, but I do.
Yeah, you guys don't get this body.
no, wait. You know
Yeah.
what you guys should. You know what you should tell them about the. I'm sorry, but the idea that you guys had about like having a challenge together. Like I think that's super important because we're bringing people together. We have the opportunity. That's what I'm saying is like you guys have not just been media people. You're actually, and that's what that's. I guess that's my argument with media people. Not my argument against media people. I'm media people, but it's like we actually don't just present the information coming from manufacturers or from producers or even advertisers or anything like. We're actually bringing the people, and that's what you guys grew. And I feel like I did help that, like we grew, you
100%.
guys grew it first. You started the Bakersfield Gentlemen's page. And then we also, like me coming in and helping it. It's like my whole goal was to just bring in newbies. I don't care if you smoke at all. And I feel like a lot of people didn't smoke on the Bakersfield Gentlemen's page. I feel like half of the people don't smoke cigars on the Bakersfield Gentlemen's page, but they watch us and they watch you guys. And I feel like that's so important because it's not just about them smoking cigars and being a connoisseur. It's about you trying a cigar, and maybe you smoke a cigar once a month, once every 6 months. It doesn't matter. But the point of it is that you know about cigars. We have more people in the fight. We have more people there to represent us, and I just feel like that is more important than having, I don't know, some kind of like uh teaching or whatever it is that they feel like they need. This is not about that. We are about being people. We all have a hobby, and this is just one little thing that actually allows us to be able to speak without any kind of precedence, or we don't have to explain ourselves. We're here because of this, and then this leads to communication, and communication is the key to life, in my opinion. I love communication. I thrive on it, and I feel like that's exactly where you guys came in. I loved it. I wanted to be a part of it, and I wanted to definitely help, continue you guys along after, the COVID situation. So it's not like you needed me, but situations needed you, and then that's how I came along.
No, it was like, we started a bit of a little bonfire, and then this wonderful gasoline named Melanie came along and made it a lot bigger and it made it a lot more exciting. And it makes me really happy that we work together on a regular basis, not just on the event stuff, but whenever we get to do shows like this together, whenever we get to have you on for the first, second, or thirds of the week, when we get to get back to the morning show, because I want to get back to the morning show with you.
I do.
And Dimitri,
Yeah.
thank you for that. That's a really big compliment right there.
I
Because
did want to touch on
please.
Mark's point about the gym time and time to reflect. I will say this. Where for you, Mark, the gym might be that time where you get to reflect and hang out and do your own thing, clear your mind. That's not the same for everybody. Somebody might want to sit by the pool and read a book. Someone might want to just meditate in the room, which you can do. Fortunately, I think every single hotel in Vegas has a pool, so you can do it that way. So time to reflect and kind of contemplate the day and wind down. That will depend on the person themselves. For me, honestly, what I like to do is I like to go down to the casino floor. I'll get $5-10. I'll put it in the petty machine, and I'll smoke another cigar, order a drink, and just not even pay attention to what I'm doing for an hour or two. That's how I like to unwind.
So now,
and then I'll get ready, and then I'll go to the after parties and do it all over again the next day. So finding that time to yourself to reflect and to kind of unwind from the day, it'll depend from person to person. For you, if that's a gym, that's awesome. Again, like I said, for somebody else, it might be reading a book. Somebody else, it might be just going laying out by the pool. It just depends, on what it does. What does it for you? So
I will say, I do love the Hotel Apache. I love Fremont. The gym sucks. The gym is not a good gym there. There's like 2 machines and a couple of mismatched dumbbells. So that is definitely a letdown. Because again, I'm with you, Mark. I'm with Mark on this. I do enjoy the gym. It's a nice place to clear your head. Forget about everything else for a little while. Try not to stare at pretty girls working out too, because that's really awkward. Don't want to do that. But yeah, I do miss that. That's the one thing I will say about the hotel casino that we usually stay at. Gym sucks. It's not a good one. But just back to the cigar points, not just the hotel points, but like Melanie was saying, we got to do this together for the last almost 2 years now. It has been almost 2 years of us working together, and it really has grown. And you can see it not just in the viewers, who are all awesome, and I've got to know you guys very well over the years. It's really it makes everything worthwhile. But getting to know the manufacturers and the cigar reps and the people who are behind the industry has been absolutely phenomenal. I think our first or second PCA when we met, no, it was the first one because we were still over at the convention center before they moved back to the Sands. Jose Blanco saw us in line and he came up to us to tell us we were doing a good job. And I didn't know anybody of that caliber was watching, which made me feel, it felt great. But at the same time, it made me feel like, oh shit, we have to actually like do better and do more every time. We need to step it up. And we really hope we are for you guys. Not just cigar news and not just cigar talk, but like we try to do the tequila talk and the tequila 101. I slacked, but I think the only reason if we're going to do a Wednesday show is to do the Japanese whiskey, complete overview, all of that. And I saw that comment, Daniel. 2 years times I've seen Miguel's beard grow from 3 hairs to 4. It's almost at 5.5. Thank you very much, sir. No, I've said this a million times. I feel like a dog that doesn't get properly taken care of, so it grows in all patchy. Oh. But you know what? It's still on my face, and I like it. All right.
I like your face too, man. You know what? You just sport that. That's a great face. It is a great face.
What do you call it? I appreciate Daniel noticing though that a couple more hairs did come. And I will point this out when Frankie was joking with Chris earlier. If Frankie doesn't make fun of you, he doesn't really care about you. I'll tell you right now. So if he's not being at least somewhat like ribbing you a little bit, you better be careful. Like you might get cut out. There's a little bit of snip right there. So you on your toes, people. If he don't make fun of you, there's something wrong.
That's great. Well, okay, so definitely you guys are amazing. So, okay, all right, let's get down to business. All right, so put one of you on the screen so we can see at least one of you instead of a wall in the middle of it.
Split, yeah.
All right, so who is in charge? Who is in charge of my schedule? Because I am I'm being told like when and where to be. So
Uh,
who is
as
this
of
that is the biggest? Go ahead.
uh, as of right now, we kind of split the show into two. I've emailed half the show. Miguel's emailed half the show, and we're just going back and forth with emails. Because for whatever reason, company A says, "Yeah, let's do it Saturday at noon." Perfect, you're on the schedule. And company B, "Yeah, let's do it Saturday at noon." It's like, "Oh shit, we can't." What about 2? Oh, I can't. We have a meeting. Okay, what about 3? Okay, that works. So then we plug them in. So I do have a master list that we have going right now, um, broken down into half-hour time slots. And as we're confirming the interviews and the panels that we want to go to, we are plugging them in. So my goal is, I touched on this on the show earlier today, is we will have 5 different maps of the floor plan, one for every day that will be there. And for whatever interviews we have that day, it'll be highlighted with the times next to it, so we know where we need to be at what time. But we're looking to have a full schedule, so that'll be great. I just got to wait for the rest of you to get hold of us and making sure we have the right time slots available.
Yeah, let me hop
All
in
right,
for a little bit. I gotta say something about
that. Take it over, Miguel.
Sorry, yeah, we're looking at probably 40 different companies.
I know, right? It is pretty incredible how many companies that we're gonna have. I've even had people calling me, and I'm like, Miguel, call these guys because I don't know the schedule. I'm like, please get this in there.
Yeah, no, it's been the same over here. Like we will put out feelers to companies that we haven't talked to yet, but a lot of the ones that we have are like, hey, what time are you coming over? We got to make sure we get our words in with the Bakersfield Gentlemen. Like, oh, cool. I'm really thank you for wanting to be a part of us too.
You know what? Real quick, you don't have to scoot over. Mel, I apologize. It's going to get a little loud over here, but I got to turn the AC on. Yes. It is hot, so
yeah,
it's going to get a little noisy on our end, guys.
We're gonna have to like get you guys. Okay, so we have to start a GoFundMe for these guys to have Apple earbuds so that they can have like what is it, the noise
canceling situation? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I was planning on doing this at the club, so you could see the cool background and what do you call it? Everything's set up. I have my new soundboard, and last minute they're doing movie night. I'm like, oh my gosh! All right. So
really?
Yeah, between what we talked, like I don't know, 45 minutes ago till now, I've been scrambling, which was a lot of fun. I love that. I absolutely love when I have to change my plans last minute. Everyone knows that. No, I hate it. I really do hate that, but. It just is what it is when you're part of a members only club like that. You gotta accommodate everybody. But yes,
yeah, no.
We've been. Oh no, please.
No, this is. I just kind of want to go into like some situations because the fact that he has to turn on the AC and we all like doing lives is much harder than having something edited, right? I mean, yeah. I know that we can edit so many things and we can edit like pictures, and I mean literally I don't even wear that much makeup. I don't know if people realize this, and I don't even mind sharing it. Like I don't wear much makeup. I put a filter on so that I actually have makeup already, and it's not through just an Instagram filter, so you can't just find it. It's through other filters that are much more detailed, and I love it. But it's like
it's funny though because makeup. I saw you in the morning at TPE and like, oh, I'm rushing, I'm not getting ready yet. And there was like proper lighting as she walked through the building, and there was like a breeze of hair, blowing her hair. And like, there's no draft in here. Why is your hair blowing in the wind? This is not normal. So Mel just doesn't need more makeup, right? She doesn't actually need that stuff. So it is what it is.
But it does look good on camera. But all right, so speaking of that, let's just go with some bloopers. All right, so you know what? And even I know one of my biggest things in the last PCA, I believe it was PCA. Yeah, it was definitely PCA last year. How about when I lost that red little, do you guys remember I lost the red piece that went to my container so we could hold my DJI so that we could actually like get real footage? Remember that? And then we searched, I like went all over the floor for like, what, I don't know, freaking 2 hours the rest of the day. I was like, where's the red piece? Where's that red piece? It was literally, I have not used that stick, and that stick costs $200. I haven't used that stick since that moment. I'm like, oh my God, this was such a great thing. And then I'm not able to use it because I don't know how, I just lost that one little piece. And I'm like, oh, like being media is not easy. I mean, I'm sure that manufacturers like have some similar problems. Like, okay, Steve Saka last year, whenever he quite the backdrop, so he decided to make the backdrop where you could like go and draw your best piece on his back, what actually I think turned into a really cool thing for him and a really cool thing for everybody else, because everybody else got the chance to kind of like give their own opinions or draw their own things, or even like give your love Steve Saka. You know, it was like super cool. But that's what I love about our industry, is that we're very creative, we're very, you know, adaptive, you know, because we have to be, because we are under fire, we are under, you know, certain stipulations. There are people out there judging us, and it's like we just have to use our own creativity to be able to find a way out, or keep standing or keep going, you know, whatever it is. It's like nothing's going to stop us, and I love that about this industry. So what have you guys done? What,
right.
so what So tell us a story. I know you got some stories, some blooper stories. Like, how did you, you know, what has been one of them, maybe hot seat? Okay. What has been one of your most embarrassing moments doing interviews?
Because Frankie's already itching for this. He's got good right here. So I'm going to scoot over. Oh, God. I'm scared.
Okay, so this
I'm going to put you in solo here, just so that you can do this.
This was PCA last year. We had literally just gotten there. We had gotten our badges. We had put our stuff in our room, and we're walking around trying to get, you know, a feel for the layout. It's one thing to see it on the map, but it's another thing to actually walk it. And so we're walking around.
Yeah.
Miguel's got the camera. I'm holding the tripod, and I think I had the backpack at the time. And we're talking, and I turn around, and I smack right into the camera, and I snap off the Rode mic that we had planned on using for the trip. So before the show even started, I broke our microphone.
First interview.
Yeah, so that was probably the worst thing I think I've ever done. I didn't even do it to be funny. So yeah, that was really bad. That mic was no longer usable, so we had to use the phone to record all the audio. And it still worked out, I think. But yeah, that's probably the worst thing I think I've done.
That was a lot of fun for me, because I had my full setup, I had my gear ready to go, and then he's like, "Hey, Mike," and then backhands my camera. Luckily, just broke the mic.
Backhands
the lens, and I would have been pissed.
Wait, is that a name? Backhands my camera? Because I literally think that could be that could be a name. Backhands my camera.
It was straight up a backhand. It was like that camera owed him money, that he just smacked it in the mouth, you know.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Luckily, we haven't. Oh, go ahead.
Well, what's the best interview that you've ever done with somebody from the PCA 2022? Or no, I'm sorry, 2020, like 2021. I was there actually in 2021, so let's do it that one. What's the best interview that you were just like, wow, this is amazing? Yeah.
You know who's always a really good interviewer? Because I think he's had to do it for so long, and he knows what questions you're already going to ask him. Steve Saka is just easy to talk to, and he keeps it fun about it. You know, he doesn't take it too seriously, because he's going to get the same questions 20 to 30 times over the course of the time. And then another 20 times on camera, he's going to get asked the exact same questions. So the guy's just ready for the mental drain of repetition, just over and over again. What's new?
He is a professional speaker for sure.
100%. 100%. So I gotta be there. And I just sat on the couch while this guy did the interview. And easiest thing in the world for me. There's no stopping and starting. There's just hit the button and go. And we got like 15 minutes, something like that, of just pure nonstop talking, which is great, because he can talk for a very long time. But if you don't listen, you're gonna miss some stuff, because it's always pretty dang important, or at least very informative, what he's talking about. Yeah. So it's very helpful. One of my favorite interviewers.
my favorite interview actually didn't happen at a PCA, but if I'm going to talk about the PCA only, it's definitely Leo from Platinum Nova Cigars. Um, Not
Aw.
because it was the
Leah,
best interview,
Leo.
Love her.
but
Aw.
because she messes up quite a few times every time we interview her, and it's hilarious because she's always apologizing. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I say, no, it's fine. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. And
What a sweetheart.
then she'll get even more flustered, and then she'll mess up some more, and we'll have to do it all over again. And it's adorable,
Aw.
honestly. So that's
Yeah.
probably one of the funnest people to interview is Leo from Platinum Nova.
Well, I totally agree with you on that one for sure. So, Miguel or Frankie, whichever one you guys want to like, get in front of the camera. Um, what do you think is one of the most conflicting or something that you wish that the PCA would change for media people to be able to really make it more beneficial to us to be able to bring it to the consumers because the consumers don't are not allowed to be there. I mean, this
Right.
is something that is like it's a I mean, it's a huge party and I feel like the consumers would love to be, around and watching this. So, what do you guys feel like that might could change or what do you feel like, the consumers might want to attend or how do you think that this could help the industry and if it was different?
Well, I'll be 100% honest. I don't think that they should open it up to consumers, and I'll tell you why. Um, the first year that we went to PCA, I was blown away about how many samples we were given as media. And they also give these samples to the store owners because this is where they're coming out with their new stuff. This is where they're showing the new possible retailers what they have to offer from their brand. So they're importing all these cigars at their own cost, paying the taxes on them, and giving them away for free. If you open that up to, let's say, even 500 just consumers that wanted to go, um, that would be 500 extra cigars that small companies would have to pay
Yeah.
for. Because when it was first talked about, a lot of them said, okay, well, if you're going to do a consumer day, we just won't open that day. We'll open the next day. And PCA said, no, you need to be open. So that's really unfair. Like Sonrisa Cigars, they're a tiny company out in Arizona. Making them pay for an extra 500 to even 1,000 cigars for consumers could really put them at a deficit and possibly make them close shop. So that's why I've always been against it. This is a time for the manufacturers to meet with possible new retailers to show the old retailers what they're coming out with, and this is where a lot of them make most of their money. And to take away from that for consumers, let alone just for media, um, it would really, really cut into the time that they're able to be there making money.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of the show is for them to be able to put in those orders and get that money.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing, too, guys. I see, charge the consumers, which I know everybody would be willing to pay their fair share, but PCA was going to use this as a way to kind of raise money for the fight. And I get that. They definitely need to keep the coffers full so we can continue to have a voice and lobby in Washington. We have to have that. But I
Yes,
believe it
absolutely.
was 800 to 1,000 cigars per company that they had to bring. They had to have their reps there for the day of Consumer Day, and they were not going to see any of the money to recoup what they spent on the cigars that they brought. And now that the government's saying they have to pay at least the taxes brought into those cigars, um, and that's their tag. That's on them. Not counting shipping, actual making the cigars, marketing for it, and then having everything ready for actual retailers and the media side. So
Hmm.
there wasn't a way for the companies who were going to give these cigars away to make their money back on them.
right.
It's very difficult to understand that and to justify that. But if we could figure out a way to maybe not at PCA, but a new event where I don't know the people who attend PCA, the manufacturers don't have to spend as much on booth and can focus on cigars for consumers. Something that balances that out. Because right now prices are pretty high to be at PCA. So that's why we have to set up our times. That's why we keep the interviews very short. Because everything we do takes away from them making more money at their most expensive but their most profitable time of the year.
Right.
So we want to take up the least amount of footprint while still providing the most amount of content we can for you guys. Um, sorry, damn the comment. Damn Daniel,
Oh
get me
wait, like
good.
Daniel, like yeah, please. Okay, so I always usually bring in a bag bad guy. Is that weird? Like, but I'm like, I always get my friends to like help me pull in. I'm like, yes, if you guys want to attend this, like, come and carry my bag. So, can we not have somebody that carries all of our equipment for us? Is that possible?
I mean, you definitely could. I mean,
Use it.
as the media, we do get 3 tickets, but our tickets are gone. You know, you get one, we each get one. Our tickets are done. After that, we have to pay
Yeah,
an additional $150 per ticket. Which, I mean, if we needed to do it, if we need another person to help carry equipment, it would be fine.
Yeah.
But you don't want
yeah.
people to abuse that. You know, I know some
No, that's
retailers that
true.
buy extra 4 or 5 tickets just for their friends to come and try to get free stuff, which is not cool. But one other thing that I would
Oh,
like to
that's
see
definitely not
change,
what my yeah. No, my bad guy does not get free. But usually I
yeah,
invite guys that are like definitely respectful of the situation. But you're right. I mean, it does you have to understand that the cigars are not free even to the manufacturers. And I think that's what that's a huge deal with the situation is that we all need to understand this is all a business, and we get the opportunity. These manufacturers are really getting the opportunity to meet the retailers, and that's a big freaking deal. Like
yes,
that is because this is their customers in reality. And for you consumers out there that are listening, which we all love you, and we appreciate you watching this, you get the opportunity to be able to, yeah, you can come on. You get the opportunity. I even have a manufacturer here right now, like here to be able to. Here's
Hey, what's
Eddie.
up, Eddie?
Eddie,
Hey everyone.
you got to get in the picture, man.
Okay, here you go.
Eddie Tarazona. He is definitely. I hope I said that right. He's like
How long
on.
have we known each other
I
already?
know. He's like, give me a. But he is. You okay? So you're firsthand on. You've been to the PCA, right?
Uh-huh.
You've bought a booth. You presented your product. You've paid for the. You've also given a lot of money to the PCA as a manufacturer. So we're sitting here talking about media and
Blood,
media
sweat, and tears. I tell you with that thing.
and the
Just saying.
media. So we're saying as the media, we are definitely blood, sweat, and tears as well. We're trying to bring the right stuff to the people. What are you doing? Like, don't clean up right now.
Okay, go ahead.
He's trying to clean up after me. I'm like, don't clean up right now. But at the same time, what's your experience with media people at the PCA? What do you feel like they're like? Do you feel like they're valuable?
Oh yeah. I actually, I,
I'm like, say
I've
yes.
got to be honest with you. I've never had I mean, what, 20 years, I guess. I've never had an issue. For me, it's cool. I've seen a lot of folks get better. Some folks, some folks are there, and then not to be rude, where you're like, okay, and then some folks, you've known them for a while, for as long as I've been 20 years, and they've gotten better. What they do, how they, and I don't want to say how they report, but how they present their stories has
Mm-hmm.
gotten really good. Just like my cigar brand had to get more polished and all that. Not the cigar, but just the branding, the image, and all that. So it's no different. But I think, for me, I love it. I'll start with Charlie Minato with Half Wheel.
Yeah, Charlie Minato is a huge deal.
Not See, I've known Charlie since he was in college. Okay, so we're
Wait,
going.
he's out of college. He's so young.
He's still
He looks
he
so
is
young.
young,
That's a compliment,
but
Charlie.
I've known Charlie for since he was at Wake Forest, and I love what he's done. I really do. I think him and what Patrick do. Okay, Patrick agreed. What they do for the industry is invaluable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, and he's not the only one. I mean, it just
Have you ever had a negative experience? And if you could give us media people any kind of advice on what not to do with manufacturers at the PCA, which advice would you give them?
learn cigars.
Hmm?
Just learn cigars.
Yeah.
Just be educated about what you're reporting on or trying to share. Just just be educated about it. Don't 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 make an ass out of yourself. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Don't be ignorant of what you're talking about. Do your homework. We all have to. Doesn't matter what it is. We all have to, and just be honest. Yes, but a lot of times it's not reviews because I don't really get hooked up when the media does reviews, I really don't get caught up all over it because I know that's relative. No matter how impartial,
So speaking about etiquette, on the way that we approach the manufacturer, the way that you guys are all there working, you're doing your, what advice would you give to a media person that is like, okay, they know their cigars, they know how to work media. Let's say that they're a professional journalist, but they don't know the industry. So what would you say as a manufacturer, what's the best etiquette to use to get a great interview? Maybe they didn't.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's a. I mean, I just simply ask if you see, we're not busy or
Right.
just
Okay. So that that's the answer that I was looking for.
we're not
Make sure
busy.
that they're not busy, because the main point of the PCA is for you guys to talk to retailers.
Yeah, we're there for the retailers. Don't be rude and interrupt or think that we're brushing you off. Really, and so that it's not. We're really not brushing you off, but PCA is just it's stressful, it's taxing, and yeah, you're on your feet all day. You just go go go. So it's non-personal, really, because I've had nothing personal with anybody in the industry. I mean, but I love it. I'll be honest with you. When Boston Jimmy comes
Yeah.
around, I love it when he comes around because he's actually like my little escape. I've got a little bit of downtime, and not trying to say I don't want to do my job, but it's good just to be with Jimmy and say, okay, well, things looks like it's going good here, Eddie. You're busy. I'm like, yeah, it is. Keep on talking. Keep on talking. Give me that
Yeah.
break. So no, it's you learn just like any other job or industry or whoever you're around. You know how to approach them. You'll figure it out. I really have not met in 20 years. I can honestly say I can't recall anybody that was ever rude or has been,
And what do you think would be more beneficial for manufacturers as having media people at the PCA? What do you think would be super beneficial for you guys to even get to retailers or not get to? Because I mean, the whole goal is to meet your retailers
right.
to get more cigars out to consumers. I mean, that's the true goal, correct?
I guess that all depends. That all depends on what you're trying to, who you are, like what you are in media. Okay, not everybody does the same thing, or is approaching it the same way. But whatever you're doing, I'd say first of all, be honest with yourself. Okay, what you're trying to get. Don't force anything, and just because we're straight up. I know this, at least the folks I know and my colleagues. We're straight up. We're just gonna tell you. I mean, it is what it is. But you guys don't try to be something you're not. Just be you.
Yeah.
Be you, and focus on what you want to be. Yeah, the type of your identity of what you want to be in media where the industry is concerned. Now, I would tell you this in any industry. This should go without saying. But I think first and foremost, learn the product. Don't
Ask intelligent questions.
Well, yeah, in not so much intelligent, but intelligible.
Okay.
Okay. And I will say this, because if you really want to know, you really want to see things, and what really pisses some people off, follow Steve Saka.
Okay? We were just talking about him.
And I'm going to tell you, he tells it straight.
He does.
Yeah, about everyone. I'm sure if it was I did something, he'd just tell it straight about me, and believe me,
I love.
You never want to be on that receiving end. But he's being honest about it. I don't think is he being forward? Yes, but I don't think he's being disrespectful.
No.
He's just telling you how it is, and hey, look, I think not too long ago he did something on how reviews are done, something about it. I forget, but I agree with him.
Yeah.
Okay, as direct and if he hurts people's feelings, sorry, truth hurts your feelings. But that's why I love hearing Steve out and a few other folks. But Steve Saka's, follow him. He's a good guide of okay, how to handle things.
Well, I loved, I did an actual interview with him a couple of times. I've had quite amazing. He's one of my favorite people to have on interviews. Carlito, I do love Steve. Don't get me wrong. Carlito is my favorite, but I love to have Steve Saka and Carlito on at the same time, because then you're going to get some real good interviews that way. But not only that, but I feel like Steve Saka, at this one moment that I had him on an interview on Instagram, IG live, he literally just said, "I don't care if you don't like my cigars. I'm okay with that.
So
Don't. It's okay. You can like whatever you want." But and the same thing that I say all the
I feel the
time,
same way.
it's more important for you guys to just try a cigar or just to even just be in the cigar industry or just be a man who appreciates a cigar, because guess what, it's not about which one you like, it's about the appreciation of having that moment. Like, we're all about the people, we're all about you guys having that, being able to
Well,
sit down and relax, and also being able to relate with other
how
people.
for me, however you enjoy your cigar,
Mm-hmm.
that's between you and that cigar and whoever else you're with or not with, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like a cigar, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad cigar, guys. You don't like it, and maybe your friend. That's all right. Maybe your friend beside you, they love it. That's great. I tell everybody it's subjective. Okay,
Yep.
your opinion is your opinion.
Yep.
There have been cigars that have been shared with me that I don't care for. It, for my palate, it doesn't work. Or maybe I had something to drink, or maybe the drink I have. I'll be honest with you, where Glenmorangie, I really do not. And I'll tell you, Glenmorangie is a wonderful scotch. I just don't like drinking that when I'm smoking cigars in general. Something about it
Yeah.
just clashes on the palate. If it's one or the other all alone, that's fine. So I sometimes think when people say, "Oh, that's a bad cigar," this and that, I don't think that's fair to any brand in general. It's not my thing. It's not. I mean, all depends. I've had people say, "You know what? Yeah, I didn't like that cigar of yours. Believe me, didn't hurt my feelings. I was okay, and I'm glad they tried it. They're moving on, and then
Yeah.
they'll come back and say, "Now I had, but that other cigar. Oh my gosh, where did that cigar
Now,
been?"
can I ask you this question? How many people have tried your cigar and gotten to know you and made a relationship with you and then suddenly loved your cigar?
That's funny. I don't know how that works.
I don't either, but that's a true thing.
Call it a mental placebo effect. I don't know, but it's happened quite a bit. Or I have people go, "You know what? Hey, I don't smoke cigars much, but I love buying it because I love supporting you, and I share with my friends, and they love it." So I respect that. It's cool. It's awesome. But to each his own, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I love driving Jeeps. I've had a Jeep Wrangler for 20 years.
I just drove a Jeep. It was amazing.
People get on me because of the gas. I get it. I understand. Okay, but I'm going to keep on driving Jeep Wranglers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take that Rubicon and I'm going to crush it, and then I'm going to, sell that one, buy a new one, and because I love them. You say, well, hey, my son, my oldest son, when he got into the NFL, um, his first check, he asked me, "Okay, so what car do you want?" So I'm good. If you want to buy me a brand new Jeep, fine, but I've already got one. He goes, "Hold on, but you don't want a Mercedes or a BMW or some luxury car." He was naming luxury cars. I'm like, okay. I love Jeep Wranglers. It's who I am, what I am. I don't care how much money I have. That's my thing. And I think that's should be like cigars. I'm not always a big in general, I'm not a big Connecticut fan, but I do know a good Connecticut cigar when I smoke one.
Mm-hmm.
So my least favorite wrapper, but some of the best cigars I've ever had have been Connecticut Shade. Okay. Crazy how that works.
Oh my gosh, really? Connecticut shade. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, anyhow, that's
All
But
right,
in
so let
media,
me ask you another question.
uh
So in the PCA, when it comes to media, what do you wish that you could see the media do more of? What would you like to see the media do more of?
I never
What do you think?
Shots.
I'll be honest
What
with
did
you.
he say? Oh wait, what did you say, Frankie? Shots?
Shots.
Oh, that goes
He
on.
said shots.
I'll tell you, that goes on already. That already goes
Oh
on.
my gosh, have you been asked by Rocky Patel to go and have drinks past midnight with Rocky Juice?
Guys, the first time I hung out with Rocky.
Rocky, you are in trouble these days.
No.
We love you
The
though.
first time I hung out with Rocky, late. I mean, we just hanging out. I think it was 2008,
Oh my goodness.
and it was with Rafael Nodal and a bunch of other folks.
Hmm.
Such a mistake. Such a mistake. Went way past my bedtime. Those fools killed me. But it really it was so much fun and just a great time. Get up to my room knowing that, oh my gosh, gotta be up in like about 2 hours. But no, it was great. It's fun. This industry, it the
We're
people.
allowed to have, you know what I would love about this industry is that we can have fun like that. We're not a corporation. We are
Well,
not in,
well, no,
although we're a
well,
corporation, but we still,
you know your P's and Q's. Know your P's and
yes,
Q's.
yes.
You know what respect is.
Hmm.
You know decorum. But
We
at the
all know how
same
to act like
time,
adults, and we
right,
can act like adults.
I think, but I will say this: we do take a little bit more liberties, okay, and just acting the fool
Liberties.
because
Acting
of
a fool.
this industry, and it's fun. We get to smoke great cigars, we get to drink great cocktails, yes, and just drinks in general. I'm a huge Manhattan guy, so anybody that buys me a Manhattan, I'm definitely going to drink it.
Hmm.
I'll be crawling on the floor after about three, but I love it. So yeah, I love this industry, but also we still have to work. I've got to make cigars. I've got to sell
This
cigars,
is a hard worker over here
and
too.
but then you've got to deal with, we deal with the FDA, you deal with the regulation, lobbying. You got to pay for that stuff. All of us got to raise it, and so it's not. It's still a lot of hard work, but I look at it as the saying goes, not to be cliche, but work hard, play hard.
Yeah,
But this
but not
industry
really.
is very. But I got to tell you something.
You don't work hard and play hard on the same days.
Sometimes at the same time. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what's so cool about this industry? There's so much respect. Now
That's
I'm
true.
speaking mainly about manufacturers and a lot of
That's
retailers.
true.
But we all not anyone knows every retailer. There's just too much. I don't care which brand you are. We don't. But there's such a mutual respect. Okay?
There really is.
When the manufacturers, I love going down to Nicaragua, and I know Felix Mesa is down there, and we stay at the same hotel. And of course, right now, the building with the Fuente factory down in
Yes, in
Nicaragua
Nicaragua.
and the harvest. I
Congratulations,
gotta tell you,
Fuente.
congrats to Carlito. It's been
Yes.
beautiful. I've seen it.
So
Even
excited.
before all this started. I've been seeing it for the last few years. But if you ever really want to meet good people in this industry, Felix Mesa,
Oh my gosh.
a sweetheart of a man,
Yes.
wears his heart on his sleeves, but he's so smart and so knowledgeable about tobacco.
Hmm.
We're not even getting to the cigar yet. The tobacco. And don't get him even started on cruzados or hybrids. He will take things on such a nerdy level, he sucks you in.
Hmm.
And you're like, oh my gosh. I love this industry.
All
It's
right.
fun.
So,
It's great.
first of all, I got to answer one question out there.
Mhm.
Vincent apparently he doesn't not. He says respectfully, he doesn't know who you are. So why don't you give them a little insight, and then I'm
All
going to
right.
ask you a question because I have a question for you.
All right. So, Vincent, what's that? Bonetti. So, my name is Eddie Terrazona. I am the founder and owner of Terrazona Cigars. Started that 20 years ago, actually, this year. So, a little over 20 years. It was January of 2002. I make the 305, the Gorilla 305. I know I make more.
Wait, speaking of the Gorilla 305, what? Tell them. You have a lot of the Gorilla 305 was not just made because you're like a Gorilla 305. There's a lot of insight
Okay.
behind that.
Okay, so
Quickly, but
just to
yes,
make a story short, yeah,
yes.
because that'd be too long of a story. So I'll make it the story short. All my cigar lines, everybody. That's why I love this industry.
Yeah,
Everybody makes a cigar for a different reason.
yeah.
For me, all my cigars start with a story. I'm not an author. I don't write. I really don't even like reading books much. Okay, but I love stories, and all my cigars begin with a story. That's how it starts. Then the story has to, and the tobacco blend, they all have to match. Most of these stories have to do with something in my life or something I've heard traveling around the world and all that. So that's really what it comes down to. But in short, um, yeah, started 20 years ago, and now today I am a congressional candidate. So I'm running for Congress for the 18th district here in the state of Florida. Um, for many reasons, not just one reason. One of the reasons is the FDA. I'm over the FDA. I'm done with them, and I've got to say that this ruling that happened yesterday, or yesterday, verse against the EPA. But I think it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
We're talking about everybody that has an initial. The regulatory aspect of the government overreaching. Congress has to start making these laws. Okay?
Yes.
Let's not just say, oh, that has to do with the EPA.
That, and we don't need just the PCA fighting our battles. We actually need manufacturers out there fighting our battles as well.
Well, the thing is, it's not okay. Anybody that thinks that this is a tobacco issue, you've got it all wrong. This is not just a tobacco issue. This is an everything issue in any aspect of your life. At any moment of time, the government could just come and say, that's bad for you. That's dangerous for you. It's this.
Exactly.
Okay? FDA has its hands in what right now? Okay. Nicotine is now, just because now nicotine is considered a drug or pharmaceutical or whatever. So all of a sudden, your rights can be trampled on. Does that not bother anybody? But it's not just about tobacco. Guys, I don't smoke Juul. Don't care to smoke Juul. It's not my thing. But what the administration did the other day, saying automatically, a multi-billion-dollar company saying, you done. In what world do we live in? Okay, that
we
all of a
can't
sudden
make our own decisions.
the government is saying, you're done. Venezuela, Cuba, Soviet Union, CCP, China. Do we really keep on? We're so naive to think, well, it'll never happen to that product, that product. Come on, open your eyes, guys. I know you might say, well, look at him. He's very animated. He's very excited about this. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm very excited about my freedoms and liberties, period. And that's not cliche. I want the government to butt out. Don't tell me to wear a mask. It's my health. Don't tell me to get injections. It's my body. You know what? My body, my rights. But all of a sudden, you want to inject me? No. You have no rights. You have no body. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss something on the hypocrisy level? Okay. I'm going to say something, and I hope this gets put out.
It's live right now, so you're being put out.
Frank, I'm about your jaw's going to drop, brother. I'm going to say something to everybody out there.
This is Miguel right here.
Oh, where do you?
Miguel, Frankie's next to him.
Oh, that's okay. So I'm going to say something, guys. I don't care if I lose my entire business for standing up politically and saying what I finally want to say. You want to cancel me? Cancel me. You want to ban me? Ban me. You don't want to buy my cigars because you don't like my political views? Well, you know what? But I am never going to shut up again about my civil liberties, my legal rights, and the encroachment of the federal government in my life, my business, and the food on my table. Okay? If people can't handle that, go on somewhere else. I hope y'all repost this because it's by time we just stand up. And I don't care if it's Republican, Democrat, in the road, left, right, under the table, whatever.
It's everybody's liberty.
Eventually, people that want to be in power and control will find something to hold over you.
Yes.
This is what I'm saying,
it's
guys.
A money thing.
And this is why I'm running for Congress, because I'm tired of big government. I'm tired of a government going unchecked. I'm tired of a government that spends so much money, sends how many already? $60 billion to Ukraine, and all of a sudden, guess what? What about our country? Okay? All I'm saying is this. Something broke a long time ago.
Yeah,
okay?
Definitely.
When we talk about the cigar industry, okay, and 2007 and everything that's been going on, no. Get your hands off my cigars. No different. Like now, mind you, I
We're
do
still talking
understand.
about the PCA.
Oh, I know. I'm talking about this PCA. Isn't this what the PCA is supposed to be here for?
Well, they are definitely a big supporter of this.
And they are.
And we are grateful
I'm
for
just
that.
I'm being rhetorical. Isn't that what they're here for?
Yep.
We are talking about the PCA. So everybody, I'm going to tell you right now. I've said this 1,000 times. Instead, next week, instead of buying that cigar, and I don't know how many cigars everybody buys in a week, that one cigar, donate to the PCA and donate to the CRA. That doesn't hurt, right? The cost of one cigar, and on average, I know because inflation and all that, they've gone up. Our prices have had to go up the last 2 years. Horribly, twice. Sucks. So I'm going to say this. Let's just say the average right now, $9, $10. Is that safe to say?
Yep.
Right? Guys, will you please take 2 cigars, one for the PCA, the other for the CRA, and will you donate that to both those entities, please? That's all I'm asking. Can you imagine if everybody in the cigar industry, everybody that really follows us and is really into this, if you would do that, think about the money we would raise. Now, mind you, because the folks that we're fighting, they've got deeper pockets than we do, bigger pockets. So all I'm saying is, guys, what's $20 for the year? What's 20? Just give it. Can you imagine? Let's just say, and now we all know there's more than 10,000 smokers and 10,000 we've all come across and all, but do the math. It still adds up.
And it's definitely going to save your right to be able to smoke. And I mean, right down below, I just tickered the tape for cigar rights or cigaraction.org.
Yep.
You can go there. You can definitely support the CRA and you can make a difference. So it's all about being part of, and that's where we want our retailers. So if you guys are out there and you have a retailer that doesn't know who the PCA is, explain to them what the PCA is doing for us as protecting our right to smoke and actually spending millions of dollars on actions and suits and lawyer fees and everything else just to be able to get us the opportunity to continue, because we are such a small part of the population that we're an easy target to just lump under cigarettes, and then boom, we are considered negative.
You know, I was up in DC a few days ago. A lot of you guys know. Had a meeting with a big group. Anyway, I can't mention their name just yet because it has to do with my campaign. But it was amazing. I hit up 2 cigar shops up there, and they were packed, slammed. Finally, things are opening up in DC and all. And here I am sitting right here in the very same place that they're trying to take these rights away, and everybody's just chilling, having a good old time of every political stripe, okay, and every walk of life. And I'm like thinking, why are they coming at us so hard? Okay. But thank goodness there are politicians, okay, on both sides of the aisle that really are on our side. Now, and you guys know, I get up to Congress. Oh, you've definitely got a friend. I mean, I will fight, because my fight isn't just about, like I said, cigars. It's the FDA, okay, and it's overreach across the board. Okay? And I've had it up to here with them. So you know what? Go to Terrazona FL. For 20 years, I've been asking you guys to go to TerrazonaCigar.com. Tonight, I'm going to ask you, go to TerrazonaFL.com. Hey, $5, $10. You know what? With all of you folks out there, it adds up. But I'm asking you, and I'm asking the industry, not just because of cigars, but because of our rights. Okay? This really is about our rights. But please, TerrazonaFL.com. I need y'all's help. My primary is August 23rd. But you go visit our page on pretty much every form of social media. It's out there. We've been posting things.
And if you guys don't know Scott Pierce is one of the leaders of the PCA. And he has also said that he thinks it's awesome that Eddie is also running for Congress. It's amazing to have a manufacturer inside of Congress be able to fight our fight, because they definitely know, and they do have the ability to gain more money than just an average. A lot of the congressmen out there will literally just be whipped into whatever it is that they are being told what to do.
I want to say something really quick. Demetrius
Demetrius is awesome.
Payton. Thank you, bro. Like I said, go over to TerrazonaFL.com. Okay, give it a little bit of that cheddar. Put me in there, because I'm done being Mr. Nice Guy. I'm done holding back. Okay, and we are. I'd like to think, we're all nice folks, and I love this industry. We're respectful. Okay, we're cordial to one another. But you know what? I'm ready to just let it out and just go, because this government has hurt me. This government has hurt this industry so much. I can't. I don't want to stand by the sidelines anymore. Okay, I don't. I want to be that insider in helping our industry. But really, I think helping this industry helps everyone across the board, across this country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miguel, what do you think?
I mean, you pretty much nailed it on the head right there. It's no different when they want to start from New York trying to regulate people's cup sizes. When they go to a convenience store, it's little by little you see things change, and they're changing in a negative way constantly, and they get you used to it little by little until you can't fight back. So that's why you have to take a stand in the beginning. You can't wait until it's something that actually just affects you. Like I don't care for marijuana. It's not something I've ever done, nor do I care about it. But I don't care that somebody else enjoys it. It's someone else's thing. They're not hurting anybody. I'm not going to take away something they care about and they like because I don't like it. There's no sense in trying to fight for our own freedoms if we're not willing to fight for the guy next to us. Just because we might not be wanting the exact same thing doesn't mean the freedom from one side to the other matters any less.
Exactly.
It's very rough right now because
that's why we live in America, right? Isn't that why we live in America? We fled from being told what to believe, what to do, we did not want to live in a parliament. We did not want to live in a
we didn't want to live under a king.
Yeah. I mean, and then there's
under a dictator.
A dictator, exactly. We did not want
under authoritarian.
So many.
You know what?
A totalitarian.
I'm gonna be a little bit foul right now.
Oh no!
Nicely.
Let's go nicely.
Actually, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to get moving pretty soon here. I gotta take care of this last minute stuff.
All right, he's got to get going.
And so
that's okay. Okay, wait,
just
hold
remember
on.
that.
Wait, Miguel. Thank you for joining us.
Miguel.
I'm gonna let this guy finish.
No, that's all I have to say. Let me tell you something. Our rights are worth defending, even if this is the smallest little thing.
All right, so going back to the media, though, Miguel, it's super important. I feel like that media is there during the PCA to be able to get to know these retailers, because we're not retailers, but manufacturers and retailers. I'm sure we're doing interviews with retailers as well, but it's definitely super important for us to channel this information back to the consumer so that they truly understand the fight that we're doing, and then we're not just making cigars and having a good time, even though we are making cigars and having a good
time. We do appreciate it. Manufacturers, we love it.
The media people.
Thank you. Every time I run into these two, it's awesome.
Bakersfield Gentlemen.
It is really cool. So I'd have to say it helps us, and I think we welcome it. I have no problems with it. Just be you.
And that's what we're there for, is to help. That's all we want to do, is grow the industry, because I love the industry. Right. I love being a part of it. I love the people. All I want to do is.
So Miguel, on a last note, what would you say, final note, giving these guys an insight of what the PCA is going, what's your goal for the PCA, and what do you really truly want to bring back to the consumers for all of our interviews that we have scheduled, which I know I'm going to be working so hard. So I'm like, oh.
I want to get you guys as much information as possible without interrupting the selling flow of the manufacturers. Okay, as much as I want to be there to talk to everybody, I don't want to be in their way. So what we're going to do, which we've done every year we've been there, is schedule around their schedules. We're going to get you all that information. We're going to get you the cigars that we can. We're going to get the reviews we can out to you guys, the latest and greatest. And we do that every time, and I'm very excited to do it again this year. I know it's going to be 110 every day, pretty much there, but we're inside and we're going to be loving it. My greatest goal is to reach out to as many companies as we can, and we do it every time, and we're going to continue to do it. So
I'm
having said
super
that,
excited.
I'm excited
Mwah.
to get into it again.
Thank you so much, Miguel and Frankie. And we appreciate your time. I know we went way over, but this was a pretty awesome conversation. I think it definitely needed to be said. And so I appreciate you guys' time, and I look forward to seeing you on Thursday.
We'll see you
Okay,
less than a week now. All right. We'll see you soon. All
You
right.
guys
Bye,
are invited to
everybody.
my house anytime if you're down here. Anybody's welcome.
Yeah, you got to come
Oh, I
to
can't
Florida
wait.
sometime.
I cannot wait. Have a good one, guys.
This
Bye.
house is always packed. All right, guys.
Bye,
Take care.
Miguel. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope that you all will still definitely. I know there's still a ton to talk about, but the time has run over, and I definitely have to get to bed because I have early morning shenanigans with this fella. But we're in a deep fight, so it's going to be a great day, and I'm looking forward to it. So listen, this Thursday we're going to be starting the PCA interviews, so definitely keep in touch. If you guys are not following the Bakersfield Gentlemen's page, go and find the Bakersfield Gentlemen's page. All you have to do is go to Facebook, Bakersfield Gentlemen, and you'll find it, or you can even go to some of my posts. You'll see it. Right now, this video is being streamed to the Bakersfield Gentlemen. So if you're watching it, make sure that you hit that button. Be notified every time we go live, because we're definitely going to be live. And also just follow that page and like it, please, because we definitely want you to be able to see all the greatest interviews. We're going to have so many interviews. I've had so many manufacturers contact me, and I'm not even the one scheduling this stuff. I'm just the one that's going to be doing most of the interviews. So go and follow that page so that you can get all your information, all of the details, but all your favorite manufacturers, because you know what? It means something whenever you know the manufacturer is doing something good. You're going to like that cigar even more. I don't know why that happens. It's called the placebo effect.
It's some kind of placebo effect.
But it's definitely an effect. So definitely go and follow your favorite manufacturers, because I'm sure they'll be posting on their own page.
See y'all.
But also follow the Bakersfield Gentlemen, and definitely follow my page as well, so that you guys can be caught up in all this. So have a great night. Thank you guys for all joining. I truly appreciate you and all the madness that's coming with it. So I love all these guys with passion, because guess what? If you don't do it with passion, don't do it at all. And if you're going to kick somebody's ass, do it with passion. This is what's going to happen, okay? So no matter what, have a great night. Have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July to all of you. And I hope that you all will be watching as we produce these interviews for the PCA for you guys to see and get to know your manufacturers even more. So love you guys. Have a great night. Bye. And thank you for joining.